Okay, test. Let me know if you can hear me. We're still having some technical difficulties with all this. Test. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm new on my PS5, so, still getting used to things. Anyway, welcome everybody to a Dutch Grand Prix here in FRL F2, season 13, round 9. I hope you don't mind me enjoying some iced coffee. It's with me, Hawk, because Luke is busy earning money. How dare he? We are streaming on my account right now because we had difficulties logging in to the FRL account. But main thing is that we are able to stream, and I gotta say, this game looks pretty good on PS5. Holy moly. Already just the textures and the pit lane and everything. Looks quite nice. Anyway, we got cars coming out. Of course, we are still using the multiplayer cars. Because, well, Codemasters to the Codemasters. There is a patch expected to come tomorrow, though. Let's hope we're gonna fix all that fuckery that's been going on. Let's see, we have Barry the Bear for now, leading the field out on his outlap. Let's see. On the Zandvoort circuit, one of the shorter circuits in the calendar. That's that done. Hello, Benjamin. Nice to see you. Yes, maybe just got overtaken. We got FIFA got out on a set of intermediates. That's interesting. Scar's gonna be the first one to settle that time. Yes, Benjamin, this time I could actually need a co-commentator, and this time I would actually allow you to come and join me. If you want. Much unlike the last race. So you can start up a party with me if you want. But for now we're just gonna watch Scar on board. Going around the Zandvoort circuit through turn 3. Could take a higher line that could be more speed. Now down towards this roller coaster section. Very fast, blind corners. It'll be interesting in the race to see if they will be brave enough to go side by side. But here I doubt it. Oh, and he misses the apex by quite a bit. Losing a bit of speed there. We were to the right-hander. This is where Logan Sargent, of course, lost it. And then turn 10. Decent run through there, but overall quite messy in the middle sector of the lap. Obviously purple, given that he's the first guy out on track. Let's see what this banker's gonna be like. I'd say probably something like a 113. Oh, never mind. 110. You can see I really know a lot about those tracks. Ever since I stopped racing, Barry the Bear already 2/10 faster. Let's see, Mark, still drinking? No, I just finished drinking my iced coffee. I have enjoyed some nice whiskey on Friday and have regretted it the following day with an almighty migraine. Let's see, Wecker there going fastest, just about pipping JB. In the meantime, I'm quickly gonna invite Mr. Bunte. Let's see, where is he? Mr. CPI Bunty, I think it is. There you go. And then I'm going to start a party with him as well. That's going to take just a minute.
Hello, hello.
And there we are. I have sent you an invite.
Nice. Hopefully the stream can hear me. Okay, so that should
Let's see. I'm just going to quickly check some things on the... Gonna put a bit more towards the party. So maybe a bit less. I am still trying to get used to my PS5, so sorry for everybody watching, but they're seeing more of the pause menu rather than any driving out on track. There we go.
Yeah, I'm just joining the invite.
Perfect. Oh, it's gonna be a great commentary. Let's see if I will carry you like I did back in F2. As you do have a spinner, and that's Mickey, no, it's someone else. Just recovered. That was Leslie, no, not him either. Someone just had a spin. Come on, who was it?
Okay.
Van Dongen, I think it was.
Yeah, anyone, you should see the comments, so hopefully if anyone can hear me, say that. If you can't, say that. But yeah, here we are. Very close, wow.
Let's see, I just checked the stream. We can hear you. And yes, it seems like it's quite decent weather. Don't think rain is going to be that much of an issue as Nissan is going fastest.
On the
On the mediums. I gotta say,
Bloody hell.
I have not been able to keep up with the last few races because life. But I do remember that Nissan is bloody fast.
He's always been fast in quali, but not so fast in the race. He's obviously a bit inconsistent, but I think he's been saying on the Discord, lap 1 carnage he kind of gets involved in when something's happened.
Yeah, I remember in Imola, I think was the last race that I commentated 2 races ago, where he was involved in a collision early on with Cassidy and I want to say Leslie, but I'm not quite sure. And got wiped out before he made it to turn 1.
Imola, I think Cassidy, kind of moved down astray and took a few drivers out, but Ratcliffe's starting his lap 3/10 off Niels. Obviously, that's quite a big margin, especially around a short track, but see what he can do.
Of course, very great intimidation tactic from Lizano more than anything else, because as we know, since 2021, I want to say, that rule of having to start on a qualifying tire is no longer in effect. Weckler going perp in the first sector, I think that might be legitimate, being up 700s, as he's hitting some traffic now.
Yeah, I don't know who that is ahead. They're flashing, so I think they should move out the way, hopefully on this straight. Slightly doesn't carry much speed through that penultimate corner before we see the splits again. Oh no, he's lost time. Maybe that's the traffic distracting him, as we can have a full grid. VIP joining.
Indeed. We had Taxwax in here just a moment ago, but of course he's a reserve driver, so he said, well, we have an open spot, so I'm gonna drive, which is of course fair enough. I mean, those are the perks of being the head moderator. We allow you to drive if you know it to clean. Weckler improving his time, but still 1/10 slower than Lizano.
I think given Rackler had that traffic, I definitely think he can take pole or provisional pole on his. He's probably got one more run as well. And the track's going to grip up. So if Nizano bottles it, then obviously Rackler should be there to pick up pole, as JB is still improving, and he does.
Oh, indeed. Improves his time but on his position. But yeah, remember Nizano, he set his time on the mediums, and I think there's like a. Oh, there's Arrow hitting Hugo. What happened there?
quite sure, to be honest. Is that Hugo who's gone past him?
See, Hugo is still pushing and he is still improving on this lap. But yeah, as I was saying, Nisano's had his time on the mediums, and I think there's definitely like at least half a second between the mediums and softs, probably more. So that
Yeah, I
guy
think
would
it's
really
about
have to
3 and
pip him
4
by a
tenths.
lot.
Hugo, big improvement from him into the top 5, and all of a sudden he looks like he could be a contender for pole if he improves and has more time in that.
Despite seemingly having been involved in a collision.
So did he get the penalty, or was it
No, it was
Lazaro?
Lazaro that got the penalty, but...
Oh, so he could actually, if he has got impeded, he could be another one who could be a contender for
Oh,
pole.
oh God, Edzak just had to clench his butt cheeks there because there was a car. It's Barry
Still
who spun out.
improves.
And Barry was spun around in the second to last corner and actually beached on the curb. So he used the auto reset. Of course, you are allowed to auto reset yourself if you're completely beached.
Iknelis up to P7 as well. Everyone seems to be improving. I think that's the track ramping up. Michael F1 starting his lap with that nice Williams livery, or I think he's backed off. Maybe he wasn't happy with the first few corners.
But yeah,
everyone's
obviously,
improving.
I feel like this is one of those tracks where you need to gather some confidence as you're driving along, because it is very fast. You have a lot of blind corners, and it is very narrow. It kind of feels like Monaco, but on steroids.
Yeah, I think it's not a lot of room for error with the curves. There's quite a lot of aggressive banking curves you really got to settle in. And it's important to probably get in a good banker just to settle the nerves and then build on it. So a lot of drivers seem to be doing that, improving their laps. Seems relatively close. There's Tex Rex starting his lap, see what he can do. He's actually someone you would expect probably to be towards the front, as he has a massive snap exit of turn 1. He might continue, he's on the softs, but he's not enjoying the car. Car seems very oversteery.
You can see him throwing the throttle and the brakes at the same time, trying to get some balance into the car. But they're down by 3 tenths already for the first sector, and Nissan is about to start his lap.
Yeah, let's have a look at Nilzano, see what he can do. He's now on the softs.
Oh.
We should expect a 108 here, whether that be from Nilzano or one of the other drivers. I like all these liveries. These are all,
A lot of them are looking quite nice. There's a lot of people for default livery, which makes it kind of difficult to tell them apart, but...
yeah.
Oh, and look at that, Nisano.
Nilzano is such a... He's so strong in qualifying. He makes it look like he's almost unbeatable or in the wrong tier, but then as soon as it obviously comes to the race, so this is normal from Nilzano. If you can have a clean turn 1, then this could be looking a good weekend from him, obviously at his home Grand Prix as well.
Yeah, he definitely has the pace. It's just about the consistency in the race that he seems to struggle with, as he's almost up by 3 tenths. So this is most likely going to be... Oh, it was close. This is most likely going to be a 108 if he can just nail this last corner, which it seems like he does.
He's going to be slightly derating under 10%, slightly going to lose a bit top speed. What's it going to be? It's a 108!
There you go, 108.9. Half a second over Reckler.
And Reckler, can he respond?
I think Reckler is down. Yeah, he's down by half a tenth.
He did have traffic though in the middle sector. So last lap he did have a bit of traffic, so we will find some improvement. You'd expect, it's just about how much. And it looks like they're pushing, I don't know who that is. Oh, he's improving by a tenth, but that is not anywhere close enough. He's very aggressive, throwing it into the chicane.
I think the second sector in itself was actually faster than Nisano's second sector, but the first sector was just too slow, and he's in well dead.
Oh, he's out! He's out! Rackler pushing too hard. He
got too wide, got out onto the curb. Oh, it's so unfortunate for him. He was really pushing that one.
Rackler, I think, maybe saw the gap to Nilzano and knew he needed to really pull out a third sector to get anywhere near Nilzano and just push too hard. But JB did a faster first sector than Rackler was doing. He did a 0.1. What's he going to do in the middle sector?
Oh, this is looking very good. This is a beautiful middle sector from JB here. Now he just has to nail those last 2 corners.
Doing a 47, I don't think that's very common among here in F2. This could be possibly pole a little bit squirrely aggressive, as Nilzano is confident. I think he's confident he'll be able to get pole, but JB, this could be his only lap. And that is
1/10.
a very good lap.
Let's see, he still has enough time. If he hustles, he might be able to get one more lap in.
Oh, Hugo's got big traffic. Who the hell is that? Completely impeding Hugo. They're racing in qualifying. Is that... Who is that? Is that FIFA God? It is FIFA God. I'm not sure. Maybe they're new, but I think he might have been on a lap himself, FIFA God, just low on battery. And
I'm not sure. I mean, this does not
Hugo
look
didn't know that.
very fast, but still, this is just... I feel like this is going to be something for the stewards to have a look at.
Yeah, if he reports it. Lazaro doesn't want to do a banker. So Lazaro looks like he could be finishing P20 in this qualifying. VIP, by the way, he did join the session. He's done a 1 minute 10.2, I think.
And it seems like FIFA God was not on a lap because he has just pulled into the pits.
He was pushing, but he wasn't. He was low on battery. But you know, some drivers like to drive with low battery. I guess.
Yeah, but still, if they do that, they should not be crashing into other cars.
Yeah. But Michael Van Dongen, the obviously previous F3 champion himself, pushing through Sector 1, see what he can do also at his home Grand Prix. Rackler has crashed out, see what his teammate can do, Michael Van Dongen, through the first sector. What's it going to be coming up the hill? It's 24.5, not really very good, but he hits that curve very nicely, carrying good speed.
It is quite close in that midfield, so any tiny improvement can give him a number of positions here. I mean, P9 is only, what, 3/10 away from him?
Looking a bit scrappy though, as he completely misses that apex and he goes for a spin. That looked like almost deliberate. But, I mean, here's his fault, I guess. He's out of the qualifying session, him and Rackler. P3 and P14 at best for the Aston Martins. VIP on an outlap. Mikey Garcia G is 13th. He's improving by about 2/10. So, like you said, small gaps. He could actually pop into the top 10 here, which would be good. Has a clean last corner. What's it going to be from Mickey? Up to the line.
And it's P8.
P8.
Good luck
Very
from
big
him.
gaps.
Edzek, though, he's improving by 3/10. Edzek could actually go into the top 3 here.
It's going to be a good last sector, and it is!
There you go.
The track obviously ramping up now, so expecting drivers to make big improvement. Cassidy is probably... Oh, I think Cassidy's finished this lap. He's low on battery. Unless he is pushing. No, he isn't.
So, I think he's done.
Michael F1 maybe. He's one of the few you'd expect to be up there. Oh, Stephen, P7. That's a great qualifying from him. Oh, Michael F1 has spun. And that is him, probably, yeah, that is him done for the qualifying session. I'm just looking for any of the heavy hitters. Tex-Rex doesn't seem to be pushing. They're all stacking up in the last sector. This is getting a bit...
Oh God, look at this. This is so realistic, and Scar's coming through with a very good last sector, seemingly. And he's gonna hit all that traffic, potentially for the last corner. We're just pulling out in front of him. Let's see what Scar can do. Good enough for P6, but still 6/10 away from Lizano.
Big improvement in terms of positions for Scar. Just looking at Lazaro, trying to get a lap time on the board. What's he going to be through the first sector? It is a 25-1, not very convincing, but you know, anything will do. As he's actually racing. Who's that? Is that Hugo? Oh, Stephen. Who?
Oh, Stephen.
I think Stephen.
Through the second sector there.
Everyone's obviously with that last run trying to get the run in, so they've actually gone too close. VIP up to P3.
Oh, that came out of nowhere.
That is very good. Oh, Stephen's slightly improving considering he had traffic.
I think he lost a lot of time through that long right hand, and he's going to be very, very furious about that.
Yeah, he's going to have a mega last sector to get anywhere near maybe Michael, but Ignalis looks like he could possibly get him in the blue and red livery. Coming across the line, what's going to be for O. Stephen? D rating? No, doesn't improve. Maybe low on battery. Hugo, he looks like he's had good pace the whole of qualifying. He doesn't.
Oh, but actually loses a lot of time there, so must have made a mistake.
Yeah, a lot of people not seeming to hook up their last runs. As Tex retires, Scar is also finishing There's like Michael F1 as well. Bit of a messy qualifying, but Neil's the only man in a 108. I think that's very much deserved. And he didn't do a final run, so if Niels
True.
had that final run right at the death, maybe we could be looking at a mid 108. I think the F1 boys will probably be looking at low 108s, maybe high 107s.
I gotta check the standings really quickly because FIFA got. I saw him go into a pit lane twice, and both times he made contact with the barrier. Did he race here before, or is he just someone that somehow stumbled his way onto the grid?
I've never seen him before, but I don't follow F2 that closely. But yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's one of Bullboy's GTA friends.
So he's not in the standings, so
Either
might
way,
be a new driver.
Neil Zarno, the only man in a 108, 1/10 clear of JB without that final run. Neil Zarno, very dominant in qualifying. JB second, very good qualifying from the F4 champion, or F2 champion, I can't remember which one it is, but he is a champion. VIP, another champion on the grid, just 800ths back, and then you got Edzak, SVD, Rackler in the top 5, who DNF'd late on. Casti, Scar, Michael F1, Ignalis, Stephen rounding off the top 10, Mickey Garcia in 11th, Hugo, Berry D, Bullboy in 14th, Michael Van Doyen, Leslie, Texrex, Molinaro, Lazaro, and FIFA God, who had a bit of a messy qualifying, is in P20. And there were a couple of, or at least one, position grid penalty, so yeah.
Yeah, I think it
Maybe
was
a few
Lazaro
stewards.
down in P19.
Yeah, with Hugo, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of drivers racing on the quali out laps, but either way, see what everyone's going for. I can just looking at the race director right now. A lot of guys going for mediums, but JB looking at the soft tyres. So maybe JB on that inside going to try and take the lead and run away from all the carnage. And Michael F1 as well in P8. Looking at the soft tyres. Is Formation Lap on?
I
can check
believe it
actually.
is.
Ooh, yes it is.
Yeah.
Well, should we do our predictions then? You go first.
I would have said age before beauty. Actually, no, never mind. I am older than you. Shit.
I'm 19.
Yeah, I am
you're
20.
40. You're 40.
Close. But then the other way around. Beauty before age.
Okay, go on then.
Oh god. Yeah. Who's gonna win? The sound is gonna bother it. We know that.
Yeah.
JP is gonna win. Scar's gonna finish second. Mike is gonna be third. We're not gonna have a single Dutchman on the podium.
Sorry, you said JB who then, Michael?
JB, then Scar, then Michael.
Oh, Scar. Okay. I was gonna say VIP. He joined late and he put in a really mega lap. I think he'll win today in his default livery. I think second will be Rackler and third will be Edzak, Mr. Consistent. However, Stephen on the hards there, maybe someone to look out for if he can avoid the carnage. And but yeah, a lot of these drivers like Texrex and Michael Van Dongen, some of these drivers don't seem to be able to have got the setup right in qualifying, so expect some of them to make some errors unless they have fixed that. But yeah, it should be a good race. It's going to be hard to make out some of the drivers like P13, 14 and 15 looking exactly the same, but
we try our best.
That's Cody's fault.
It's only going to be for today. Tomorrow we'll have an update and everything will be fixed, and there will definitely not be any new bugs introduced to the game.
Oh, have they said they're going to fix this glitch?
Yeah.
Nice. So
it's said to be.
Should be fine tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
But they're probably just going to introduce like 50 new glitches because it's Codemasters.
Exactly.
Let's see, can I get a proper camera angle, please?
I'm looking at Edzak into turn 1, but keep an eye out for VIP. He's on the soft tyres. And we have 5 red lights for the Dutch Grand Prix in FRL F2. And it's lights out and away we go. And actually, Edzek got the better of the starts out of him and VIP GTA Gamer. And JB's nowhere near Nilzano. Nilzano leads into turn 1. JB second. VIP third on the soft tyres. He's already looking at JB. Edzak, who had the best start, down in 4th. Casti 5th. Rackler slightly losing out in 6th. Mike van Dongen in 7th. As Scar, and as it starts to pile up towards the back, seems to be a bit of contact. O'Stevens slightly getting all squirrely out of turn 1. Egnelis looks like he's trying to go up the inside of O'Stevens. They're 2-3 wide almost in some of these bank corners. However, it does seem as though as VIP, I think, is trying to come at JB. He's trying to right tucked under that rear wing. But it does seem to be fairly clean, I want to say, as Lazaro right at the rear of the field. Not sure, waiting for someone to go for a spin. As I think there might be a spinner. No, still seems to be clean.
Yeah, I think we are still all facing the right direction. Lazaro did go a bit wide into turn 1, but
oh my.
So far I think everybody's keeping it clean. O'Stevens already made up a bunch of positions.
Yeah, O'Stevens right in the mix in terms of all the carnage. Ballboy gets ahead of O'Stevens. O'Stevens gets a little bit of shove. Mickey just ahead, and then Michael van Dongen and Berry D going side by side as VIP is going for second on those soft tyres, and VIP is going to be looking at the lead now. Nilzano is going to be checking his wing mirrors, but Nilzano so far keeping it very cool, calm and collected as he slightly rides over that curve.
So he's only almost having that 1 second gap. VIP on the soft tyres, you would expect, should be able to close in that gap.
Yeah, that is what you'd expect. O'Stevens losing positions as well, so you can tell the tyres are. There's a big difference between all the tyres. That's P18, P17 going side by side, a bit of contact. As that's Edzak. Who's that? JB losing positions.
Oh.
I think Edzak maybe caused JB to drop down. I don't know. I saw Edzak gained position, but now JB struggling, going side by side with Rackler. He's using the battery. He's going to be tough tagging around the outside.
No.
He's got no damage though. I think his tyre hit the wall.
That's a miracle. Might be floor damage though.
Oh, true. Very true. Either way, Rackler obviously kind of, well, getting his elbows out like a Devon Butler. But Casti up into P4 benefits 2 positions out of everything, and VIP, look at him with DRS on the next lap. I reckon VIP is going to take the lead here. My prediction looking very tasty.
Meanwhile, O'Stevens under more attack. Van Dongen just getting past now. O'Stevens with the switchback coming out of turn 1 down towards turn 2, backs out of it.
Mickey is probably now going to be lining up O'Stevens. He's got obviously faster compound, but I think VIP looks like he's right on the back of Nils. VIP's won races in FRL. He knows how to keep it clean and consistent. Nilzano, I don't know if I think he has won a race, but he's not a proven race winner race after race, so I'd expect VIP here to make an easy overtake on Nils.
I mean, Nilzano definitely has pace. He shows that in almost every qualifying session. It's just his either consistency or just bad luck that stops him from really dominating those races. And right now,
Van Dongen has suddenly fallen back into P14 out of nowhere, struggling with the setup maybe, but VIP's not close enough. He's not close enough as
he was like a 3 versus Lazaro.
But VIP didn't get a good enough exit. I think Nilzano just had better traction. But you can see out of turn 1, a real traction zone, as Cassie's trying to defend from Rackler. Rackler up the inside of this slightly kink corner, and then through the banking. Can he hang it around the outside? Cassie onto the grass, and Rackler, great move, right round the outside. And that is the FRL experience of Rackler proving. As Michael is now looking at the Scot.
Simak and Cassidy. They usually get along with each other.
Look at the gap VIP's pulled to Edzak. I think Edzak I would have expected to be a bit closer than that, considering Nilzano's leading. VIP's not leading, so Nilzano has really good pace to be keeping behind VIP. Once again, VIP exit of the last corner. I think he's got to be about 4 tenths behind to make a move.
As you said, I think it just shows that Nilzano has some really good pace to be able to pull away from Edzak that much and keep VIP behind for that many laps, as Lazaro has another moment, I think, coming through the second sector.
VIP's got to use the battery if he wants to make a move. He can't keep waiting because he's on the soft tyres. The longer this goes on, the more it will favour
The thing
Neil
is,
Zano.
look at Nissan, he's not even using his battery to defend, so...
Let's look at this. Rackler, I think, into turn 1, makes the overtake. As
Oh,
though
Barry.
Steve, what's going on there?
Oh no,
Texrex
Texrex.
not having a great day as Steven. Oh no, he's been tagged. And that's Michael Van Dongen as well. These two have been seemingly scrapping the very first few laps. Don't know what's gone on there. Chaos of midfield in FRL F2 as always. But Michael got Cassidy into turn 1 as well. So the front guys are racing cleanly. Sadly not in the midfield as JB. He's somehow dropped his way into P11.
Oh, and Mickey has damage.
Maybe he has floor damage like you said, JB, as Mickey.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no front wing.
Yeah, he's running with a low drag. Set up as Texrex is retired.
Out, that's going to be a safety car, and that might mean VIP might need to pit. Box is probably the call for VIP now.
Oh, and there's another spinner. Who's that? That's Barry, who's also spun around. So did Barry have contact with Texrex potentially?
VIP, if he can box onto the hard tyres, he could go to the end, or does he want to stay out with track position? I think Niels has got to stay out. VIP doesn't pit!
Ooh.
That is a weird decision. Maybe he wants the track position. He knows he's faster than the rest, but Edzak pits on the medium tyres. That's a bit of an odd decision, unless he has damage. Let's see if Edzak changes his wing. This could be an interesting strategy choice. I don't know if he'll be able to make it to the end. No, he doesn't. So, Edzak going to try and go to the end? No, he's doing a two-stop. Interesting.
Oh. Yeah, I'm kind of confused with VIP because the field was already spread out quite a bit, so he wouldn't have had that much traffic in front of him. Maybe like 5 or 6 cars.
He would have come out P10 in front of Leslie, considering Edzak came P12. Yeah. So he would have been literally a position behind JB, who we know has good pace, and not that far behind the leaders. And he probably would have been able to go to the end, and probably the worst thing is he's obviously on the soft, so after this safety car restart, you'd expect Neil Zano to pull away.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the positions gained. Oh, Steven lost 8, but he just came into the pits. We got Ballboy who gained 7 positions.
Yeah, Ballboy just seemed to get past Steven and then just pull away from the carnage in terms of other guys. Leslie having a good race compared to how I remembered him not being very good, but that's good for him. Mike Van Dongen I feel like all the guys in the carnage have pitted even if they didn't have damage. I think Steven went for a spin, but that's clever just to pit, get some fresh tyres on, and then you'll be coming at the front runners.
Yeah.
So do you think the plan for Edzak is, given he started on mediums, it seems as though a medium hard, or do you think he could maybe be trying to do a medium soft maybe?
I'm really confused because I don't think that the mediums with 6 steps on them are that much slower compared to a fresh set, so...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a very, very interesting call from him. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do with that.
And he didn't have damage either, and he was P4, so he's lost 8 positions as Nilzano and VIP, they might be causing a glitch here. Oh no, I think they've all sorted it out.
Just doing a bit of tomfoolery.
He's lost 8 positions, and he's got 5 lap fresher tyres. I don't think that, and given this track is Zandvoort, I know it's not a track where you can overtake easily, like, you know, Silverstone or France. It's going to be tough for Edzak here. It does feel as though, for a driver who's got a lot of experience, not a very clever or calculated decision.
I mean, one thing that is known about Zandvoort is that the front tires can overheat quite a lot, especially here in the second sector. So maybe he's hoping that the people on the older tires are going to overheat the tires after a few laps. So that might be a bit of an advantage for him. But
yeah, he'll be pitting later than everyone else, so I'm not really sure. He'll be probably the fastest on track though, so that is one benefit.
I don't see the strategy working out for him right now, but who knows, maybe he's going to surprise all of us.
Yeah, safety car won't be in this lap. I think you need minimum 1 lap, and also Mickey has not caught up. Mickey going for even fresher tyres, I think pitting twice. Oh no, it is in this lap.
Oh, that was a late call. Very late call.
Mylander may be having a hangover from the night before, but Nilzano will lead us off. As they're almost on the grass, aggressively weaving. So maybe some drivers not warming up their tyres very well on formation or on in lap.
Oh, you can't go side by side.
He's gone.
Oh, that's not good from VIP. He cost himself there. And now he's under pressure from Wreckler already. Going down the inside. Wreckler's going to send
that's
it.
aggressive. That's very aggressive.
Bit of
But he's
wheel banging.
actually, I think that's hard but fair racing. Not too much contact. I expected VIP to get spun round there. But Michael very close to the rear of VIP there. And Michael's now going to be staring it down. But no, VIP is going to be trying to come back at Rackler. Bit confused why he didn't pit under the safety car. But VIP seemingly has a bit of, I don't know, anger maybe to take out on Rackler. Odd strategy from VIP, but Rackler has got him, and that's the thing. Those starts are 7 laps old, and they're already the slowest tyre probably out the whole grid.
Yeah, definitely. But Nisanovo, he's not really pulling away that much. Rackler's within half second, and VIP spun.
Oh, I think that is to do with his safety car decision. Surely he just should have pitted on the safety car. Weird from VIP. He's never been the best at his strategies. When he was F4 champion, I remember he always, with Demoniac, when that championship went all the way down to the wire, Demoniac made the better strategy calls, but that takes the pressure off the top 4 or 5 guys. They don't have someone they have to overtake and spam the battery on.
I gotta say though, Wreckler, Wreckler is losing a bit of his battery, but he's really keeping up with Nisano right now. As Barry gets a penalty for pitting in the pit lane, he might have damage.
JB has come out of nowhere. I think he was down in P9. He's gained 2 positions. He's got good traction, trying to get onto the back of Scar. Can't do anything, but Edzak as well. We said he was P12, 8 positions off way before he pitted. He's gained 4 positions.
VIP spun around again.
Yeah, he's got to pit off those tyres. I'm not sure why he's still on them. But either way, Edzak making good inroads, JB making good inroads, Bullboy making good inroads. Some of the front runners slowly kind of getting chalked off, some of them just not being able to cope with the pace.
Yeah, now Nisano's slowly pulling away. I think Nisano just found a setup similar to what you and I did all those years ago in Hungary, if you remember. I think he found a setup where his front tires just don't overheat. And now as they are all building up temperature and starting to struggle for front-end grip, he's just able to use his better tires and put away again.
Ooh, Edzak down the inside of Scar. That was an aggressive bit of contact, just like with the Rackler one on VIP. Contact, but probably hard but fair racing. But either way, Edzak makes that move. You need to make those moves. He's got the fresher tyres. If he wants to come back into this fight for the win, he's got to make the moves fast and quick. Scar gave up the position to JB. He's lost the position to Edzak now. Michael van Dongen out of nowhere. He's P9 as well. And he's pitted. So expect the F3 champion to come through the field.
Yeah, good progress for Edzak right now. Fighting his way back up the grid, but still I mean, he is closing in on the position that he was before. I think he was P4 before he pitted. But still, I'm still confused as to why he chose to do that.
Cassidy's lack of pace is a bit of a surprise to me. Yeah. He's out of DRS. It's another safety car.
FIFA God.
And is that just debut on track maybe?
Yeah, FIFA God lost his entire front wing.
The guys out the front, everyone's got to pit, everyone's got to go hard to the end of the race.
Sure.
Everyone.
Nisano's
not pitting! They're not pitting! Michael F1, thank you! Cassidy.
JB as well.
Bullboy. Does Bullboy doesn't pit! I'm astonished how some of these drivers are going to continue. JB, Cassidy's gone on to intermediates. Is there rain? Could there be rain in this race? That could be absolutely...
It is looking a bit cloudy, or did Cassidy just have the biggest misinput of his life?
Either way, Michael F1, he is in the prime seat. He's very known for bottling it, but he's in a really good position. Although Scar's gone for it as well. We're going to get rain. So they're staying out. They're staying out for... maybe that's why VIP stayed out. They're staying out for rain, waiting for the rain.
That explains why Edzak pitted as well. He wanted those extra laps, so he can stay out longer until the rain arrives. Now that makes sense, and it is looking a bit darker now, and it's actually looking fairly dark now.
So, VIP all of a sudden, we say hello back to him. He's welcomed back into the race now with that safety car. A bit lucky from him, but Cassidy. It depends. He's going to be hoping this safety car stays out as long as possible. So it will kind of, this race for Cassidy may depend on Molinaro and how quickly he catches up to the safety car.
Yeah.
We'll see, because this could be a lap by lap thing where one lap could be dry and then the next lap could be completely wet.
And look
but
at
Cassidy,
Molinaro's coming through turn 5. Our leader is coming through the last corner right now, so this is going to take quite a while for them to catch up, and they are definitely close up above.
but then it's interesting, you've got Michael F1 and JB who are betting on no rain at all going to the end on those hard tyres. So some drivers think the rain's going to come soon, some drivers think it won't come at all, as Michael F1 is pitting to the intermediates, I would imagine. And what
Possibly.
does that say? That says the rain is imminent, you'd imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bravo in the pit as well. JB still staying out. JB is probably just hoping that it's going to be a light shower that's just going to breeze past.
If I was JB, I'd serve that penalty, get rid of it. Same with Berry. And then get on those intermediates and you don't lose as much time, obviously under safety car. But still, waiting for Molinaro to catch up, so... But I imagine he will, or now Lazaro, he will.
Yeah,
So,
to the end of his lap.
it does look very... Well, there is no rain notable. It looks cloudy, but Cassidy needs it to rain now. He needs it to rain right now.
Those inters are going to burn out so quickly in the first 2 or 3 laps.
The understeer. Oh, it's raining! It's
I
seems to be
it.
a little gush, and now and it is dripping. And Cassidy is in the absolute box seat to win this race.
It's still not bad enough for the Inter, so it's still going to take another lap or 2. He's still going to struggle, but he should be coming out in front.
How much of a gap Nilzano can pull to Cassidy. Will it be like this for the next few laps? Because at the moment, Nilzano will pull away, but Cassidy just needs it to keep ramping up. It's still drizzling. This is classic British weather, but can it turn into an absolute monsoon? That is what Cassidy will be wanting. Still drizzling. Nilzano, I don't know what... Nilzano will surely want to get underway as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
As soon as that safety car's in, he's going to want to go.
You can see him dragging the brakes, trying to keep temperature in his tyres.
Yeah, clever.
Meanwhile, Cassidy will have to watch out on that first lap, because his intermediates are going to have no grip.
We know Rackler's aggressive. If I was Niels, I'd go now while it's dry. But Rackler, we know he's aggressive. Could he go for a move in turn 1? But these guys don't want to fight. They shouldn't fight. As Nilzano gets a really good restart. Bullboy, though, he's not gonna... No, he's fine. But Ed's trying to go around the outside. It's a wet track, I think. It's getting wetter and wetter. How can Cassidy
Look at that, they're already pitting.
JB. Is JB on the hards gaining on Cassidy? Cassidy's actually able to keep up for now. Cassidy's got grip! Cassidy has got grip! Cassidy looks like he could be a whole pit stop ahead of these guys.
Oh yeah, you're right. He definitely has given those tyres. They all have to pit now. Every single one of them has to dive into the pits this very lap. This is just
Cassidy,
like...
he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to spin or get damaged.
God, this is just like the actual Grand Prix in Zandvoort this year. There's a little bit of contact between him and JB. Oh,
God, this is painful to watch. Oh, he doesn't need to fight these guys, but at the same time, he doesn't want to lose unnecessary time. His fight is Michael F1. Michael F1, he's slowly gaining on Cassidy. No, it's Scar now. Scar is Cassidy's closest rival. Oh my God, VIP out of nowhere. He's all of a sudden in this race as well. And it is a wet track. Nilzano has got to pit. He's got to pit. And it did seem a bit of a silly maybe decision. They should have pitted under safety car. As there could be another safety car. Oh, and there is a safety car. And that saves.
Oh, and Van Dongen stayed out. If Van Dongen doesn't beat the safety car out of the pit lane now. Oh,
that saves Nilzano. It does save Nilzano. He's going to come out P5 maybe.
Oh God.
P6. Nilzano only P6. That's not too bad. That's damage limitation for him. But Michael Van Dongen is going to be right at the back of the grid.
He was lucky though that he managed to beat the safety car out of it, so he isn't going to lose all those positions.
I think he'll be behind Nilzano then, or Edzak.
Yeah.
My God, though, maybe the question now is, can Cassidy's tyres go to the end? Can everyone's tyres go to the end? 22 laps on Inters. We know Inters wear wear more than the wet tyres. Probably a bit like a medium tyre, so it's not going to be easy for them.
It might be possible. They're not going to be in great shape at the end, but it could potentially be done, and especially on a track like this, you want to have track position.
Yeah, when you load into a race, usually if it's an inter race, they give you an option of 2 pit stops or 1 pit stop, a bit give or take. So given we got 22 laps here, I think they'll be able to get it to the end, but you know, those 3 laps or tyres difference, Nilzano could obviously enjoy that towards the end of the race, as I have got to go to the toilet.
You do that. Let's see, as Van Dongen now is going to pit as expected. Oh, how did he... That might be getting removed. Not sure how he managed to get a penalty there. Unless he crossed over to the right hand side too quickly. That looked a bit odd. But Cassidy is leading now ahead of VIP and Michael Vaughan. Let's see, meanwhile our former race leader Nisano is down in P5, so very, very interesting race. Strategy blown right open, very much like the actual race around Zandvoort this year. But yeah, for now we're just gonna wait on everybody to catch back up to the train. Everybody on Inters, of course. It's continuing to rain. It doesn't look that heavy, so I don't think we will go to full wets. But it's definitely going to take a while for the track to dry up, should it stop raining at any point during the race. As I'm gonna quickly take some pain meds. I will be right back in 10 seconds.
As I'm back. Hello, hello.
And I'm back. A little bit longer than 10 seconds, but I don't think I missed anything. See, Van Dongen still with that penalty, of course. I'm pretty sure that's going to get removed.
Yeah. But as we go back to green, yellow flags, as it were, Cassidy obviously taking the lead, having a fairly poor race, losing the DRS to VIP, Nilzano and the front runners. He's now all of a sudden in the lead. But VIP, who had pretty good pace at the very start of the race, but then obviously couldn't get past Niels, he's in second. Managed to revive his race with that second safety car, clever strategy decision. And Michael F1 as well, he's doing a good race.
I'm very interested to see how it's going to turn out, because the drivers seemed to struggle in the dry conditions. Let's see how much we're going to struggle in the wet conditions now.
Lazaro is P4. Now that is going to cause some chaos.
Yeah, Nilzano wants to be... Oh! Barry the Bear? Was that guy straight back out again?
No, it's still coming in. No, it's still coming in, but everyone's slowing down. Oh no! FIFA gods hit Hugo in the maybe do these guys have some sort of personal vendetta against each other? Whenever the FIFA god hits someone, it always seems to be Hugo Eto.
I think it's just... Oh, and Cassidy's already gone. He's gone quite early, and seemingly it's working.
Oh no! That's a little bit... That was a bit dodgy, but anyway, he's made it happen. Oh my god, VIP. Oh no, he's lost the
he's losing
car!
it. Dr. Rios.
He's lost the cars, he got damaged! He might have gotten away with it, has he? That was a massive moment.
I can't see
He's
any
gone away
visible
with
front
it.
wing damage. Oh, but he has a lot of understeer. He might have a
He's
bit of
got
damage.
understeer, tiny bit
I
of
think he
damage.
has damage.
We'll see though, he might just be getting used to the conditions, but Lozano, Lozano loses it, that's something you'd expect. He is a little bit having a bleeding nose, he's not used to being this high up position-wise. Nilzano right behind VIP, this is roles reversed now, Nilzano's got to get past him, while maybe he's a little bit shaken up. But oh my god, VIP going for glory, absolutely smacked back in his face. And he's gone wide!
There you go.
And Nilzano,
the
Dutchman on the Dutchman. I think Nilzano needs to brave it, needs to get the traction down. He's on the curb, and he's done it. But VIP doesn't seem to want to fight it. And now Edzak in a pink livery is going to be looking to get the move on VIP. But Cassidy, all things considered, very good restart from him.
I think the game did actually slow down Cassidy because he caught up to the safety car a little bit, so that gave VIP a big run, and then VIP just locked the rear brakes. Coming to turn 1 is Edzak.
He might be having very minimal damage, but yeah, he does seem to be slowly losing positions, but he's going to try and go around the outside. He just doesn't seem to have the bravery on the brakes, but he actually then hits Edzak and now loses a little bit of momentum. Mike Van Dongen, he's got a penalty. Was that in pits?
Yeah,
no,
he got that while driving into the pits. He got a track limit warning, so I think that might be getting removed because that looked very odd.
Nilzano on the back of Michael F1. Michael F1 and Cassidy, we know they're buddies, and we know Michael F1 can get up to some antics like in Imola with Bullboy, so this could be a little bit difficult for Nilzano. Slightly like trying to race against an
Mickey
back
spun
in the
around.
day. As Mickey has gone for a spin, but Nilzano, he's got a dispatch of, he's got 18 laps to get rid of Michael F1 and Cassidy, so plenty of time, but I wouldn't want to hang around too much. Obviously the sooner you can get a move done, especially now, while Michael F1 maybe feels a little bit unconfident, you don't want to give him confidence by staying behind him for too long. As he's run wide! And that will give Michael F1 confidence, as VIP must have damage. He's absolutely losing a bunch of time, but Edzak picks up the position, and now Edzak has a bit of fresh tyres, and VIP with that damage I imagine is going to get a new front wing. I think there's no other reason for him to pit. I think there's VIP up the inside of O'Stephen for P8.
Yeah, Isano, they're making the first mistake of his race halfway through.
Yeah, and he's now got 3 positions in 17 laps. So it made it more difficult for himself, but you know, it's still
possible, but still, those are some very fast drivers ahead of him with Cassidy, Mike, and Edzak.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect Edzak to make a mistake. I think Michael F1 could get a penalty, and Cassidy is he's won, I think, 1 or 2 races this season.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be easy for him. I think a podium's possible, but I think that strategy decision really didn't do him the best of favours, as he gets a lot of wheel spin there and loses a slight bit of time. Michael Van Dongen now with a penalty. He's the leader of the second train of cars, followed by Bullboy, who's doing once again pretty well.
And Van Dongen dropping back a bit. Those top 4, I mean, you and me raced against those guys plenty of times. Lazaro gets another penalty. They're all going to be pushing absolutely on the edge, as Michael there.
Ooh. Has he let him?
I think there might be team orders.
Are they in the same team?
They are both in the Williams, yeah.
Maybe Michael F1's told him he thinks he has better pace, but I feel like that was a bit unnecessary. I didn't think Cassidy was that slow out front, and Cassidy's a Scotsman, so it's a bit weird for him to switch positions.
To bow down to the Englishman.
Yeah.
Although Michael is pulling away now, and
it's Michael's aim maybe to back them all up. Either way, Edzak right on the back, and now this doesn't feel like it's worked for Williams.
Him through the corner.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like it's worked for the Williams, but you know, he's almost out of DRS, Michael F1, even though there's no DRS for Nilzano down inside. Can he
That
make
was
it? He's
aggressive.
got to make this work. I don't
it's gonna
think there was
defend.
any contact or very minimal contact. Round the outside, he did this to VIP. Can he do it to Edzak? And he's got the traction. Now he's got to just hold the inside, and Edzak backs out. Great move from Nilzano, and it's needed. You've got to be aggressive in these conditions. And no contact was made, so...
Yeah. But outside the line where that corner really seems to work, and yeah, Michael over the pulling away. I think Michael is faster than Cassidy, so that might have actually been a good call there from the Williams team.
Yeah, the pad traction may be serving him well. As Hugo on the back of O'Stephen, another battle. But Nilzano right on the back of Cassidy, it seems. Nilzano also on controller, I think. So he's pushing Cassidy round the turn 1. That is unbelievable.
Let's see what can the Scotsman do. The Scotsman's taking to a low line through turn 3, I've noticed, and loses the back end.
Nilzano, that was a beautiful move. That was an absolutely beautiful move. He took the low line. He took the low line, undercut Cassidy through the banking, and he made that look easy.
Oh,
Nilzano's... He's got loads of pace as a Molinaro or
Mickey
going for a spin. Yeah, some of them towards the back. They could still get points though. There's quite a few DNFers, non-finishers. And if that continues, then obviously they will get points. But Nilzano, what a move. Just undercutting Cassidy through the banking. Made it look easy. And now Edzak, Cassidy's got no pace. Edzak's going up the inside of Cassidy. He doesn't have the confidence on the brakes. Is he going to try and get a better run through the last corner, into the last corner?
Gonna make it work there. Van Dongen is gaining on this because of Cassidy holding up Edzak. But Cassidy is taking a very interesting line to turn 3. He's going low very, very early, but that just compromises his exit. And you saw that there with Nilzano overtaking him, how he just lost it on the outside. As Edzak trying to have a look down the inside.
I feel like Cassidy should defend the inside. He keeps getting done on the inside. Yeah. Maybe he needs to become a bit more defensive. It doesn't.
Look, but he's going low very early, and now on the exit, he's just lifting high.
That's exactly how Nilzano overtook Cassidy, and now Edzak is going to do the same. It's almost like Cassidy's given up before the battle ever gets going.
He's just turning into the corner way too early. Nilzano only 6/10 behind Michael now, 7/10.
He's got the oldest tyres in the field, but I don't think the gap would be that major. That he's absolutely getting gobbled up, and now he's losing confidence. As Michael Van Dongen is absolutely struggling with that setup. He was struggling in the dry, in a way it's not going to be any better, but somehow he's wrestling the car into P5. Nilzano is now within half a second of Michael F1.
Yeah, there's going to be a move coming in soon enough, I reckon.
He's got the moves done quite quickly as well. We said it was 2 overtakes in 18 laps. It's now... And then there was, I think, 17 laps to get 3 overtakes. And now it's 1 overtake in 13. And he's going to send it up the inside. But Michael F1, more confidence under the brakes.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets squiggly though.
Yeah.
And Nilzano... He's got to pounce on it, got to be aggressive. Michael's going to fight it as hard as he can. Michael, no contact made. Okay. Nilzano is absolutely blitzing his way through the field. He's got so much pace.
That's the thing that you can see on both Williams cars. They seem to struggle just a little bit more on exit with the rear end.
That's maybe allowing them to just cut underneath.
Possibly, maybe just the setup as well.
Oh, he gets on the grass and he's going to get understeer, and Edzak is going to now start gaining on him with that grass on Michael F1's tyres. But at the moment, Williams really, maybe not so much Michael, as Ballboy gets Cassidy. Cassidy's having an absolute nightmare. Maybe he should pit and maybe, I don't know, put on some downforce on that car, because it doesn't look like he's got anything going for him through the corners.
It looks like he's just understeering going in, oversteering coming out, so he's just not working enough downforce, as you said. The issue is, if he puts on more front wing, then that's just gonna make the car more unstable on exit, and I'm not sure if he would like that. So for now he just has to deal with what he has.
It feels as though maybe he's gone for more of a dry setup than a wet setup, because there's no way...
Oh, and he's
there you go. I think he realises...
I hope he's not going to retire, because he can definitely still score some good points at the speed.
That was he took it so slow. into the pit
Oh,
lane.
front
He's
wing.
got damage.
Yeah. So that might explain his understeer.
Cassidy went so slow into the pits and then trundled his way through and then sped up at the end.
Yeah.
A bit of a rookie error there from a man who's done more than double digits.
That's what you do sometimes. You feel like you slow down too early, you just pedal it a little bit. And yeah, sometimes you can just go over by a kilometer or two. Very unfortunate for him.
But Michael F1 is not giving up. He's definitely trying to stick with Nilzana, but Nilzana, once again, is not using an ounce of that battery. He's really trying to keep as much as he can, probably for, I don't know, emergency situations.
Missed the apex there a bit though, Michael gained on him.
Yeah, and you know, that battery's going to obviously help Nilzana because he can use it confidently from start to the end of the straight. Depends, I guess, maybe how much straight line speed he's running, though. He might need that battery.
Yeah.
As in the background, you can see Michael Van Dongen getting a run on Edzak.
Michael having a look at the inside, just showing himself there. Van Dongen with a title line on exit. Makes it work. Cassidy, Edzak running right a little bit.
Bang wheels 3 times! 3 times. Michael Van Dongen, I don't know whether that was him or Edzak, but they just seem to get magnetically pulled to each other. And he gets on the grass. He does get the traction down though. Bullboy dropped away from Michael Van Dongen. Suddenly he's in a kind of a bit in the middle of nowhere as JB and Rackler 6th and 7th. Rackler slightly disappointing considering his qualifying potential. Oh, this race has been interesting.
It has been. It reminds me a lot of the actual Zandvoort race this year with the rain incoming and all that. And still, the person that's been leading at the beginning is leading again. Surprise, surprise. But it's still very interesting as Michael now going a little bit deep into the braking zone. But yeah, they're both absolutely pushing it, trying to outpace each other. You can see Edzak in the back just having a little bit of a wiggle coming out of the corner.
Yeah, Michael's going to get this overtake done. I think he's carrying much more confidence around corners, which is odd in qualifying. He was really struggling, but you can see much closer this time than last lap. Going to get the overtake on, turn it off early, send it up the inside, and Edzak once again running slightly wide into turn 1, not deciding to defend the inside, which is odd because a lot of the overtakes seem to be getting done, especially turn 1, on the inside. So, oh my God, Edzak!
Nisano. Nisano went wide onto the curb. Nisano went onto the curb, coming out of turn 3. Now they're side by side.
He's got to respect Michael. He can't just turn in.
Oh, that's beautiful racing. That's beautiful racing between them two, giving each other plenty of space. That could have been...
Yeah.
That could have ended very, very poorly.
Yeah, Nilzano went for the slow in, fast out approach into that quick corner, then Michael F1 went for the fast in, slow out approach. But Michael F1 still 4 tenths, 3 tenths. Nilzano with a poor exit. Seems as though Michael may be getting a bit better traction. Interesting.
I feel like Michael is just able to stay behind Nisano, see which lines he's taking, just being able to adapt to that and keep the pressure on the Dutchman as... Oh, the Zavo has retired.
That's going to be safety car. No,
VSC. I don't think anybody will pit.
Are their tyres that bad? Oh my God, they're all coming in. Is anyone going to stay out? Does anyone... Really, with the tyres? Surely some... No.
Oh no, Edzak was going to be a penalty.
He crossed that.
Oh, Edzak.
Oh, Bullboy just stays in within the lines.
That was very close.
No one's staying out. Everyone's tyres that bad. I mean, we spoke about it, didn't we? In terms of whether you could do a 1-stop, and clearly it's a 2-stop. Well, this is good information for F1.
Hugo staying out.
Yeah, Nilzano
up into P4.
Nilzano obviously keeps the lead. Hugo, let's see if Hugo can get to the end. This will be interesting. And O'Steven. I think O'Steven may be slightly easier on his tyres.
Edzak lost a lot of time. Did he have a front wing change?
I'm not sure. Edzak.
Oh, we have a full safety car now.
Okay. Now... That is doesn't really change anything, does it? Because everyone who stayed out will continue to stay out, and everyone who's come in will continue to come in. Will it dry? Just look at FIFA God, or is that a
I was about
joke?
to say, FIFA God has a very interesting strategy.
I think he's ghosting. Maybe he's left the session. If he has left the
Possibly.
session, maybe his AI's gone for that decision, which might indicate something. I don't know. We'll
I think
see
it
though.
indicates that the AI is having a nervous breakdown.
AI is going for very
As
desperate tactics.
Hugo somehow managed to overtake Van Dongen despite Van Dongen exiting the pits in front of him, so... Did Van Dongen have a bit of a spin?
I'm not too sure. I was
I
trying to
wasn't paying
work out.
attention.
Yeah, I was trying to work out whether the safety car would change anything, but oh fuck. But yeah, Nilzano continues to lead just as he has done, and it seems as though once again, well, this helps Michael. Obviously, the difference between the tyres goes from 2 laps difference between Nilzano and Michael to no laps difference, as that's FIFA God coming in, I think. Oh no, FIFA God stays
Nope.
out.
It's going to be very unfortunate for Michael there, having that lapped car in between himself and Isano.
Yeah,
And he is trying to get past.
yeah, you can't get past in this game, and it's you don't want to risk it anyway, just in case if it dries up and there's a late safety car and you have that 5-second penalty from overtaking, or I don't know, maybe you even get disqualified if you overtake. I'm not too sure.
I think you got a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, and then you pit, and obviously you have to serve that, so it's just better to be safe and leave it. But Hugo, only 8 laps remaining, and there's going to be obviously 1 to 2, one under safety car already, and another one. He could make it work, I think, and O'Steven as well. So this is going to be interesting.
Actually, how many safety cars did we have so far? Is this our 3rd or 4th?
I
It might be
think
our
we've
4th.
had 3rd. I want to say 3rd.
Okay.
I know we had the first one where Edzak boxed, and VIP didn't, and then we have the second one where they boxed for Inters, and then this one, which I think is the last one we've had.
Yeah. So we definitely haven't reached the limit yet, so there's...
Maybe it was 4, because then we had everyone box for Inters.
Yeah.
Oh no! Is that
This is
FIFA
good for
God?
Michael. That is FIFA God.
No!
That is going to be good for
Oh!
Michael.
Is that an illegal overtake, or did he get it done before he got back on track? I don't know.
I think it's just about legal.
We'll find out, I guess, but it looks... That's a blessing for Michael.
Yeah.
It gives him probably the best opportunity he'll get all race. Safety car restart, predict when Nilzano will go. If you get lucky, then you get the lead. But given Nilzano's been a little bit not so sure about himself on traction, I think there's a chance for Michael to win this race. He does seem to be a bit more confident on the throttle compared to Nilzano. Hugo's going to be holding up everyone, so is O'Steven, and VIP, who hasn't pitted, which is a bit odd.
I mean, they're going for track position, but I think that they can make it to the end with... I think the safety car will come in with laps, so 7 laps to go.
Yeah, I think VIP was running P8 or 9, if I remember correctly. He might have been lower. But he hasn't gained, he's only gained 3 positions, and the guys in P8 and 9 are 1.5 seconds behind him. So it's going to be tough for him. I know it's Sandal's tough place to overtake, but an 8 lap tyre difference is quite large.
Yeah.
That's Rackler down in P10 as well, that's a bit of a shock. Who's the championship leader? Is that Michael van Dongen or Rackler?
I will check that right now.
I got my phone next to me as well. I think Nilzano was updating them today. That might have been FRL F1, I'm not too sure. Standings. Oh, that he have done at F2. A safety car was in this lap. Oh, it is
Yep.
Rackler. And then it is, oh my god, he's got quite a big gap to Michael van Dongen. And then you got Edzak. It's quite close, so Edzak, Michael F1, Michael van Dongen, and Rackler. So it was the guys who were at the front.
Yeah.
Oh, apart from Nilzano. Where is Nilzano in F2? P8. Oh god.
You can see the 3 retirements in the last few races that he attended, as
Yeah.
this is Looking very stacked up there.
So Rackler barely scoring any points, but Michael van Dongen, his closest championship contender, has a penalty. As Hugo is backed up. No. Oh, that's FIFA Gods. FIFA Gods caused absolute carnage. And no, don't overtake it before the line. Nice. Good stuff. Okay, well, everyone's now lost track to the rest as Michael van Dongen. VIP gets O'Steven. Bullboy gets bad traction. I think Bullboy's lost a position or two, but Michael van Dongen, with that penalty, he's got to pull out a gap if he wants to gain points on Rackler. And Edzak as well, he's in the championship, and Michael F1. Michael F1 is having a really good race for the championship right now.
Yep, don't jinx him.
I feel like I'm jinxed.
I remember what happened in Imola, where Zook and I have been jinxing Ballboy all the time, and then him and Michael had conflicts.
I was furious at that with Michael and Ballboy. That looked very planned, but 3 wide into the second sector doesn't go. Seems to be almost bumper cars a little bit. But O'Steven losing positions. I think O'Steven probably regrets not making a pit stop. He's going to be hoping for some crashes, otherwise his race is done.
It's an absolute cluster. Fudge, you got Cassidy just going across the gravel there because we have 4 wide coming through the corner. But they have a fun to have bolted as. Oh no!
Cassidy, he's not in the championship, but he does crash. And we have hit our limit for safety cars, I think. He is not. There's no Burt Mylan.
I mean, there's no traffic coming through apart from FIFA God, and the car has already been recovered, so.
Hugo loses position to Bullboy. Hugo's dropping down the field. VIP holding on just to Edzak. Edzak, he's also in his championship. It could be good if he can grab P4, and obviously Michael's got a penalty. So podium for Edzak would be good, but Rackler is gaining positions, which he needs to as the championship leader.
Yep. It's a close battle out on track right now. Edzak and VIP. You got Ballboy just lurking 8 behind. Ballboy found some pace.
And Rackler goes wide, and he gets a penalty.
And
Rackler almost spins. Oh, Rackler is all of a sudden his championship. Well, he's got a decent points margin, but he cannot be throwing away points and getting penalties. He's got
just as you said that Van Dongen and his brother made a mistake as well that allowed Edzak and VIP to get closer. Edzak doing all that overtook VIP. Ballboy is right behind them as well. He's pressuring VIP now.
So his rivals, Michael is second. Michael, the other Michael, Mitchell, is P3, but he's got loads of penalties, so he's going to drop all the way down to P7, and Edzak now down the inside of Michael van Dongen. Can he make it work in the pink lip? He's going to send it on the brake, but Michael brakes later. Michael actually using those tyres. Wow, Michael, great defending, but now Edzak has the inside through the banking. He's going to run
Michael making the outside work.
No. Yeah, he just braves it through that little kink, and that works. Edzak maybe doesn't want to risk getting damaged, given the if he gets past Michael, he's got a 7-second gap. As I don't think we'll get another safety car.
FIFA God was on softs.
Cassidy also retired. He's not in the championship though. JB pits and
Ballboy, no, Ballboy and VIP contact, and they're both spun around.
Surprisingly, Bullboy is not in this championship, which is a bit odd for Mr. Consistent. I thought he'd be up there. Either way, he's now down in P11, and O'Steven will go side by side with him. Oh, Bullboy, nice move. If he can make that work.
Edzak.
Garcia.
Oh no! God, how did you say that? Edzak locked up into the braking zone, hit Michael van Dongen on the rear right, and somehow just Tokyo drifted his way through the corner. I'm not sure if he has damage or not, but this was a very good save from him. I can't see any damage.
Yeah, this is a good race though. Nilzano, 1.2 second gap. This is a brilliant drive from Nilzano. Apart from that one blip where he lost traction and lost, I think, the position to Edzak, he's had an absolutely faultless race in that beautiful Alfa Romeo livery. I think he drives for, is it McLaren normally? I'm not too sure, but he's having a great race. Oh, as you go and me, is that Leslie? I think Leslie loses the car in his lovely all black livery. That's a beautiful one. And Mickey kind of, who's running down in like P16, 17, he's come alive. He's now getting 6 points, which once if he can do that every week, they'll tally up. Mickey having a good race here. Hugo as well, hanging on those 20-lap old inters. What a guy.
Michael is trying to put some pressure on Nisano again. Nisano is actually using some of his energy now as well.
Yeah. Hopefully he's not getting nervous now and using a little bit. Right now it's just about keeping it cool, not making any mistakes, not doing what Rackler did in qualifying. You don't want to get onto the curbs unnecessarily. Oh my god, I thought he was pitting.
I found for a
I thought he was
second.
pitting.
Oh, yellow.
Ball
Who
boy.
just won one? Mickey.
Ball boy gets penalty though. Oh, Stephen's going to be gaining maybe one position here. Could be getting P8. VIP will get in the points. Mickey goes for a spin like you said, but oh my god, I thought it was going to dry up there and Nilzano might have pitted. I mean, the rain has stopped.
But there's only 3 laps to go, so
Yeah.
clear off of this.
If there was a late safety car, you never know. But Nilzano there, slightly running a little bit wide onto the concrete off the track. He just wants to keep the car, all 4 wheels, on the nice black rubber. If he can do that, then he will take the checkered flag. But Michael F1 won't let him breathe easy.
Meanwhile, Edzak still very much putting the pressure on Van Dongen. He's going to get that podium one way or another, but I think he prefers getting it on track.
Yeah, if he can get it removed, Michael, he will
As
get it
Hugo.
removed as Hugo. Is that a puncture? I think that might be a puncture.
Oh, 21 laps.
Oh no, he's lost his front wing.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like a punch, that just looks like a spin. Well, maybe not the right decision for...
Oh, and Molly and who's that, VIP? Yeah, Molly and VIP having contact as well.
It's just like NASCAR or the dirt rally, just everyone's going off track, and all of a sudden... I mean, the safety car was only 7 laps ago, and the gaps between the drivers, we got 11 seconds between Michael and Michael. And then we got a massive 10-second gap between Leslie and Rackler. I know the driver's pace is quite obviously different in all the tiers, but my god, all the battling. Drivers have completely lost contact with some of the guys towards the front, as Hugo's got no front wing and he's going to go for it into turn 1. This is not going to end well on VIP. Oh, and he shoves him out of the way. And VIP goes for a spin, and that was very... he should have pitted.
That's not
with that.
on.
No front wing. Imagine driving with no front wing in FRL.
I was about to say, you know a thing about it.
But
yeah.
I mean, he's got 2 laps left, but I don't think he was going to score points anyway, and he definitely won't. Now, DRS is enabled. Could JB win this race? I don't think so, but you never know in FRL.
It's going to be close. Could
He's
Michael win this?
but-
Michael is going to have DRS, I believe. Yes,
This
he
is
does.
interesting. If JB could maybe unlap himself, that's a little mini story. But he does have DRS. Oh my god, that was his chance. He's going to get another heap of DRS down the second sector. Michael Nilzano into the last lap. This is going to be absolutely exhilarating. What's going to happen?
As Edzak around the outside of Van Dongen. Van Dongen with the inside this
I
time.
wouldn't fight him too hard. He has a penalty. I'd be careful. Same with Rackler. If one of them spin him around, he'll be absolutely gutted because he doesn't need to fight them that hard. But
Yeah.
the 2 Dutchies will bully him about a bit. But can we have a home Grand Prix winner? See if Michael's obviously going to push like crazy. You can see the Union Jack on his car. He's going to have DRS here. All Nilzano has to do is get a good exit. Don't get onto the grass. Don't keep a nice tight line, and he has. Can he get the traction down? Don't get squiggly.
Oh,
He has
beautiful.
done that perfectly,
He's got
and
it.
he's using his battery. Michael will get a bit of DRS down the banking exit last corner, but that's only going to be useful if he can get close enough to Nilzano. He's getting close, but it's got to be 3 to 2/10, given this is up to the line.
I don't get him.
Yeah, Nilzano looks like he's going to win his home Grand Prix. FRL F2 Netherlands win goes to Nilzano. Great win from him. Absolutely dominant display. Completely deserved. Michael second. He pushed him all the way to the line. And then the 2 Dutchies will make a sandwich of Edzak, and it will be a Latvian in P3. Spalbo gets a 10-second time penalty. Michael and Rackler, P2 and P1 in the
Oh, and Bobo is
championship P4 and 5, as he's got a
crashed with
collision.
Stephen.
Looks like maybe
Let's-
Ball Boy's throwing a hissy fit, I'm not too sure. Leslie though, big points from Leslie. He's improved a lot in FRL since I've last commentated on him. And oh, Stephen, P7 with no front wing, all things considered, is not bad. And no, Ball Boy's losing his head. He almost trying to take out Mickey. I think he might be getting a few penalties. And deservedly loses position to VIP. He might not even be in the points here. And he isn't, and that's probably fair enough, given the chaos he's caused. Can even Hugo get him? This would be...
I doubt it. Oh, only 4 seconds.
Only 4 seconds, wow. Borbo really picked up those penalties just as quickly as I did in Imola, wow.
But he is gonna have a fit in with Discord channel. I can't wait for it.
Well, can we do interviews? No, probably Michael will be the only one who joins, but it'd be interesting
as well.
It'd be interesting to ask Michael about the race and everything that happened. Made some good calls, but yeah, Nilzano wins his home Grand Prix, absolutely dominant. Could this be a turning point in the championship? Could Nilzano go on to dominate FRL F2? He's taken pole, converted it into the win. Hasn't led every lap, but he led probably about half of them. Great display from Nilzano. Maybe that driving every Tuesday in FRL F1 helps him a little bit, because he's the only one who does it, and seems to be maybe working. But yeah, Michael second, Edzak third, Michael in P4, Rackler in P5, Leslie P6, O'Stephen in P7, Mickey P8, VIP P9, Molinaro taking 1 point, I think maybe his debut point, P10, Ballboy P11, Hugo P12, and then the non-finishers, or JB, finishing on those soft tyres in P13, and then the non-finishers, we have 7 non-finishers, wow. Cassidy, FIFA God, Lazaro, Berry D Beer, Ignelis, Scar, and Texrax. Wow, that is quite a lot. Are you having trouble adding Michael?
I have added all 3 of them.
Okay, that's good. To this one or another one?
To this one.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see if they join. I don't know, I haven't heard Nilzano ever speak, so I'm not sure whether he'll be joining.
He has a lovely, lovely voice.
I'm given that beautiful display. I'd hope he joins. Explain how we all of a sudden become so dominant as we got Michael joining.
So it's one. Let's see if Nilzano and Edzak can both to join. See, while we're waiting for them, Bunty, you can talk to Michael.
Oh, what, get started with the interviews, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Michael, you there?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, a great race from you, all things considered, as Nilzano joins. I'll do Michael's interview, and then Hawk can do Nilzano's. You've had, obviously, a good race today, I think, all things considered. You're in there in a championship fight, just about in top 4, and make up good ground on Rackler, Michael van Dongen, and Edzak. Obviously, good race from you. What are your thoughts, initial thoughts, straight after the race?
Well, my thoughts now after the race.
Yeah, do you feel disappointed maybe not to get the win, or are you quite happy with
No, I'm quite
P2?
happy with my result. Because obviously the standards haven't been updated. I knew I was close to Rackler, but I don't know whereabouts, because he didn't finish at all last week, and he had a race advantage. And with the 26 points that I got, it's put me up there, but I don't know how much, but that's just confirmed it's got me even closer. So, yeah, P2 is a very good achievement for my half, despite being a very quiet first half of the race. And I thought I lost it when I pitted for the Inter's first time round, because me and my teammate were talking about it, of pitting as soon as there's a safety car, because obviously we got called by Mark about the rain. But I forgot my pit stop was right at the front, so I was selecting my tyres when I was coming in, so I accidentally put on hards.
Yeah.
But I managed to have the pace to floor it and just lose probably 1 or 2, 3 more positions. and obviously Sano and VIP stayed out.
Yeah.
So I thought I could have the opportunity to come back, but it still wasn't raining. But then when it rained, it just launched down. And I think if the second safety car didn't come out, I think I could have won that because Sano would have had to come in anyway to put the inters on.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't meant to be, but I was quite happy when he got past. I managed to stick with him with my old inters, and I thought the race was there to win, especially when the last safety car came out. But I was thinking about the championship as well. I know probably Sano's still mathematically still got a chance, but I'm more close to Racklow than he is to us. So I was just thinking about that, and I think that was the right decision, even though he had a bit of a wiggle on, which was a very exciting thing to see, but also a crappy thing to see in the driver's seat, thinking I was going to collide with him. But it was all fair games at the end, and well played to Sano, who did a fantastic drive to get the race win.
Yeah, and obviously, strategy-wise, it did in the end play into your hands. Obviously, you picked those hards. Me and Hawk were, I think Casti was in the lead, and you were second, and Nilzano I think was fourth, and Edzak was third. And you guys seemed to switch round, and we were unsure whether Casti was going to back up the other drivers, or Casti just lost pace, or whether you were switching round. Were you in each other's party chat, and was it just a team kind of swap around?
Yeah, it was. We were in the same party chat. I basically when I got into second, I was just like, let's just try and bring this home. And so I didn't put any pressure on him at first. I was quite happy to have Edzaks behind me. I think I had that P2 covered with the traction zone, despite having old inters. But Cassidy missed the apex at the last corner, and I couldn't really back off because Edzaks was right behind me, and I didn't know how close he was, so I had to go for the move. And he had
Mm.
understood that, but then now I needed to try and find my rhythm. Now getting in the lead, and all of a sudden his tyres had started to burn off on the rear, especially in the slipstream of my car. So I was worried that my tyres were going to go, but surprisingly they held it on. Just once again, my teammates just had the bad luck of the draw this race, and he was looking forward to it as well, especially when it
Hmm.
rained. So unfortunately, we didn't have a 1-2, but we did. I believe we did take more points away from Aston, but we'll see.
Yeah, obviously, in the end worked out with the driver switch, but last question about this race. Were you slightly holding back the last few laps, obviously knowing that you compared to Nilzana, you're a bit more closer to Rackler. You maybe saw Rackler was struggling P5, P6, P7. Were you maybe, would you have gone for a bit more aggressive with the overtakes if you weren't in a championship fight?
Probably, but I think it wouldn't be any more different because obviously it was wet conditions on a very high speed track. So, and when you put the power down, especially side by side, it could more likely go wrong. And thankfully, and respect to Sano, where we managed to keep it on the road despite him like having a nice twitchy back end. Um, and when my teammate crashed out, he stayed and I asked him about Sano's battery, and he had more battery than me, so it wasn't worth trying to put pressure on him.
Yeah.
But when I saw the DRS sign come up, that was a totally different story. So I put every battery into the last two laps when DRS came back online. I think he felt it as well. But yeah, it was a good scrap and it was a good fight, and I think it worked out at the end.
Yeah, good, clean, and respectful racing, which is good to see. And obviously, moving on to next week, you kind of got the next few races are obviously the European races. Got Austria, Belgium, Hungary, Italy, but in particular, obviously Austria next week. Don't think we have a break week, but what are your thoughts on Austria? Do you like it? Have you done well there in the past? Yeah, just in general, do you think you'll be able to be up there fighting for the win again?
Well, I think everyone thinks they can do well because it's quite a simple track. Then you can actually get overtakes done there, but you can easily lose those positions to the guy you just overtake. So I don't know. I like the track personally, but I'm a bit iffy if it would be a very good race for us lot because I think there could be a lot of scrappy fights. going on, which is not normal to which is normal to FT standards, but yeah, I think it could be a quite scrappy one, but hopefully we can keep it clean all the same, especially in the midfield, which we do want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, obviously, hope to see you next week for Austria fighting at the sharp end, and obviously well done for P2, taking good points out of Rackler.
Thank you very much. Oh,
No
and by the way,
worries.
side note, I hope you change your pants because I certainly have done.
I need to.
Hawks, you still there? Or?
No, I'm not.
Ah, lovely. Well, take over for the interview for Nils Arno.
Alrighty. I'm constantly trying to find the correct Alfa Romeo livery, but I can't find it. Anyway, Lisano, you did say early on in the commentator chat that I'm going to watch you win the race.
Yeah.
And seems like you are correct, annoyingly enough.
Of course.
Seemed like pretty smooth sailing.
Nah, absolutely not.
But yeah, let's talk through the beginning. I mean, already qualifying, we already saw that you're bloody fast by sticking it on provisional pole with the mediums, and then in the first stint also just you and VIP, who was on the soft, just pulling away from everybody else. Were you prepared for the rain to come in? Did that kind of change things for you? Did you think, okay, I might not actually win this race?
When the safety car came out just before the rain, I thought I lost this because Michael pitted to the Inters, same with Cassidy, and I forgot to pit. Let's say that. I was busy looking at my phone at messages from my father.
Okay, so your dad has been trying to sabotage you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Finally.
God.
After 6 years.
Oh.
Yeah, no. So I forgot to pit, and then I thought I lost it because everyone pitted and I didn't. But luckily enough, there was a safety car the lap after, so I could pit and still rejoin in P6.
Thomas, for the majority of you being in the lead, we saw that you barely used your energy. Was that just because of confidence in your own skill and knowing that nobody's going to catch you, or was that trying to reduce the wheel spin, or did you just not feel the need to use any of your battery at all apart from the last few laps?
The confidence, I didn't need to use it.
Wow, that's ballsy.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean, you did pretty well because for the majority of that, last part of the race, Michael was always within a second of you, so
Yeah.
it was pretty good, calm driving. Something that we haven't seen that far this season on a regular basis. I mean, you retired in the last 3 races that you attended.
Yeah, because I got killed twice in Miami and Imola in lap 1.
Okay.
And what was Portimao? I didn't race, so yeah.
Excuses. But no. So it looks like you're definitely, finally having some luck again, getting the chance to show your pace. Next week, then, we're going to be at Austria for a sprint race.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to win both the sprint and the main race? Are you going to win just the main race?
I hope I can win both. Last time we raced around Austria, I won in F2. Ahead of Scar, I think it was. So I hope I can win both, but I don't know if I can race honestly because I have school until 7 Dutch time, so 6 p.m. UK time. So I hope I can race, otherwise it would be a shame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Having school until 7. God, that must... Anyway, well, we of course hope that you can attend, and if you do, we hope that you're going to have a good race, but won't dominate that much, especially in qualifying. Congratulations on the win today, though. I think that's going to bring you up a few places in the championship
so.
going to bring you a bit closer to the championship fight. Where
Yeah.
I've been quite surprised when I saw that, you know, you got the top 2, 3 all around 80 points, and then you were down with 41 points.
Yeah.
I'm a bit disappointed.
I know.
But yeah, you're definitely gaining some momentum, and they're going to get involved in that fight sooner or later. So, congrats on your win today, and hopefully we can see you next week. And if we do, then best of luck for that race.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and with that, we have interviewed everybody that was willing to talk to us. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I don't know if we have any viewers at this point. Probably not, because nobody is ever listening to the interviews. Let's be honest, who listens to the interviews? It's been me, Hawk, with the guy, Bunty. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, again at 7 p.m. for the F1 race, with loads of drivers attending as always. They're all committed to this league. And those that don't attend are going to be substituted for by F2 drivers.
F2 drivers should race tomorrow. We should put out a ping, just saying that.
Yeah.
Get some big numbers.
Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Have a good night. Goodbye.
Doi doi doi.
Ciao.